Hello, everyone. Welcome to Semester 2, Week 1 of Business Operation Management. I'm Syeda, Faiza, Sogra. Today, we will dive into Week 1 of Business Operation Management. So let's have a look at the learning outcome and summary of the contents. First, we have a demonstrate of an understanding of business operation and management. Then we have explaining the key concept of effective operation strategy. Then we have explaining the role and scope of business management and contextualization of knowledge within a real business. So in this module, the student will be able to research about different type of organization, be it private, be it public, and explore them and see that what operation strategy these companies and the organization are using and how they can relate with the theories they have learned. And they will be able to encourage to participate in the discussion based on the knowledge and experiences of different types of organizations. Session topic revision. So we're going to start the semester with a revision of the last semester topic, which is crucial to their assignment. So first, operation management, second, human resource, third, quality control, and fourth, supply chain management. So let's have a look at the learning objective. So at the end of the session, the student will be able to show a deeper understanding on operation management and demonstrate the inside knowledge on human resource management and clearly highlight the quality control process and exhibit full understanding of supply chain management and also have a recap of the previous semester. So last semester, we all studied about business operation management. So what is business operation management again? Business operation management is all organizational activities implemented to achieve organizational goals and objectives in an effective and efficient manner. So it also involves strategies and tactics and takes to put together to make use of both human and material resources to maximize customer satisfaction, to gain more profit, to give the better service. So what we know about operation management. The operation management refers to the administration of business practices that are aimed to understand and ensure the efficient and effective production of goods and services. It involves planning, organizing, controlling, improving the various activities within an organization to maximize the productivity and ensure that customer demands are met efficiently. That means we have enough stock to meet the customer wants and their needs. And the scope of operation management covers a broad range of tasks, from procurement of raw materials to the delivery of finished products and services. Then we have human resource management. So human resource management of an organization is all the process that involves in recruiting the best staff, training them, retaining them to improve the organizational objective production. Also, efficient human resource management improves the organizational productivity performance. So their job is hiring the right set of people for the right kind of job with the right roles and right responsibilities. Because if we hire the right person, but for a wrong job role, they will not be able to complete their responsibility, which will affect the organizational performance and the productivity at the end, which will eventually affect the quality control or the quality process of the company. Now let's have a look at quality control process. Quality control process are the activities that implemented by an organization to ensure that the product and the services are produced to the high standard of quality assurance. It involves regular evaluation of every line production in an organization. And also the quality control process includes detecting any flaw during production with the aim of correction and maintaining and sustaining high standard in the organizational goods and services. Then we have supply chain management. Supply chain management is the management of the flow of goods and services that includes all the process that transform the raw material to final products. It involves the active streamlining of business supply side activities to maximize customer value and gain a competitive advantage in the marketplace. So by definition, it includes all the activity related to the distribution of a commodity from raw material to the customer, and also including the procurement of raw material and component. So we have two types of supply chain, internal and external. External supply chain includes those members, those departments who affect the business decision on from getting the raw material to the final product, but not a part of the internal supply chain. So they are suppliers and customers. which means they are involved in the supply chain, but they're not having the direct control from the organization. So any department that has the direct control from the organization are part of internal supply chain, that is purchasing, production, and distribution. Then we have a simple activity where we can have a session to recall and recap what we have learned in semester one. That means if we can remember that what knowledge we obtained in semester one in business operation management module, and was there any knowledge or information that was surprising to the students, and why it was surprising, they could actually reflect upon their semester one. And for that, they can actually have a look at the semester one pre-activity, post-activity, or the science. Following up with the activity, we have another one. That means they can do it as a group or they can do individually and discuss about how they can plan for this semester, how they can develop their learning for this semester. Then we have a post-activity to describe about the learning experience on operation management, human resource management, quality control process, and supply chain management. Tips on next week's session. So next week, we are going to learn about the reflective writing, describe about two reflective model, Gibbs and Cobb's reflective cycle. That is it. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the week 2 of Business Operation Management. I'm Syeda, Faiza, Sogra. So let's have a look at the learning outcomes. So we will be able to demonstrate an understanding of business operation and management and explain the key concepts of effective operation strategy and explaining the role and scope of business management, and also contextualizing the knowledge with the real business. So at the end of the session, we will be able to understand what is reflective report writing, because it's quite essential for assignment for this semester, and also understand the reflective writing model, Gibbs and Cope models, and also what are the 6 stages of Gibbs model and 4 stages of Cope's model. So what is reflective report? We are going to show you a short video about reflective writing and taking some notes. Reflective as a learning tool for a student. Reflective report writing is intended as an important way to assess students' learning experience on the module BMM 3003. Now, this will provide an opportunity to students to foster students' learning objectives, and this will provide them an opportunity to critically reflect on the teaching and learning process and build a deeper interaction with the topic. Now, a good reflective writing allows students to learn through and from experience to recurring new insight into the model, and this provides an opportunity for students to make changes and improvement in their learning. This means reflective writing is an imperative strategy in helping students to collect, record, and analyze everything that has happened in their learning experience. So let's start with Cope reflective model. Cope's reflective model have 4 stages, starting with a concrete experience, which speaks about doing and having an experience. Then moving forward, have a reflective observation, which is about reviewing, reflecting on the experience. Then we have active experimentation, which is planning and trying out what we have learned. And then we have the abstract conceptualization, which is consolidating and learning from the experience. So Cope's reflective cycle is a widely used model for experiential learning. It focuses on how individuals learn from the experience by reflecting on what they did and how they could improve. The cycle consists of 4 stages, starting with the concrete experience. Now, this is the stage where they actively experience an event or situation, and it could be something new or something you have been through before. Moving forward, we have the reflective observation. Now, after the experience, you reflect on what happened. You think about how you felt during that experience, what went well, what went bad, and how others may have experienced it. So you think from all those rational points. Then we have abstract conceptualization. At this stage, you form ideas, theories, or generalize based on reflections. You try to make sense of the experience by developing a new perspective or understanding. Then we have an active experimentation. So finally, in this stage, you test out newly formed ideas in similar situation, and you apply what you have learned to see how it works in practice and continue refining your understanding. Then we have the Gibbs reflective model, which comes with 6 stages, starting with the description, which talk about what has happened, feeling, what were you thinking and feeling. Then we have evaluation, where we talk about what was good, what was bad about the experience, and we have description. That means what sense can you make out of the situation. Then we have the conclusion, that means what else could you have done. An action plan, if it happened again, what would you do different? So description. Discussing description is a chance for students to describe the situation in detail. And the main points to include here concern what has happened. That means you think about this type of question. That means what happened, when happened, where did it happen, who was present, what did you do when the other people do, and what was the outcome of the situation, and what were you there, why were you there, and what did you do when it was happening. So you think about these questions when you talk about the description. Then we have feelings. So discussion feelings for students to explore any feelings or thoughts that they had during the experience and how they may have impacted the learning experience. So the question is, what were you feeling during that situation? What were you feeling before and after the situation? You compare. What do you think other people were feeling about the situation? What do you think they were doing during that situation? And what were you thinking during that situation? And what do you think about the situation now? Then we have the evaluation, so where you evaluate by creating a chance for the learner to evaluate what worked and what didn't work in their learning situation. And for students to get the most out of their reflection, it's important to focus on both the positive and negative aspect of the situation so you can critically evaluate the situation. So what was good, what was bad about the experience, and what did you do or the other people contribute to the situation positively or negatively? Then we have analysis. That means this stage is where the student have a chance to make sense of what happened in the learning. Till now, you have focused on details around what happened in the situation. Now, here they have a chance to extract meaning from what happened, and student may have to target the different aspects that what went well or poorly, ask questions like this, and follow the questions. Why did things go well? Why didn't it go well? What sense can I make out of the situation? In conclusion, you think about a general one, which would be transferable, and a specific one focused on the personal situation. That means there are normally more, but the idea may help focus on conclusion. That means what have you learned generally and specifically? What can you do better? What should you have done differently? Action plan, it sums up anything the student need to know and do to improve their for the next time, and how or where can they use this new knowledge and experience, how they can adopt any actions to improve their skills, and if something happened, what would they do different. Thank you so much.